currently trying to find dinner. I've made it to Old Orchard Beach, Maine. This is what my direction looks like. There's a restaurant that's open this time of year, and I'm trying to see where it is. I thought I read the map correctly, but apparently I didn't. So I went the other direction instead a couple times. I second guessed myself, and now I have to retrace my steps. So that's always fun. But it's a cute little fishing village, and it's fun so far because there's a few beaches, or there's the coast, and you can essentially walk up the beach to your restaurant if you wanted to. There's a restaurant called Pirates Patio. It's closed during the off season, so I couldn't go to that one. So hopefully this other one will be open. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for dinner. I did bring my camping food with me, so I have like things like ramen and easy things to cook up in the hotel room, and I still have my stove and everything, so I could potentially just do that, but that's not a really healthy thing to do, and I'm kind of hungry for a hearty meal with seafood. So I think what I am discovering of myself is I really like small fishing villages like Provincetown and Greenland. Nuke, Greenland is a small fishing village, and Old Orchard Beach is a small fishing village. It's just that with the ocean side, there isn't a whole lot of plants. There are seaweeds and other things that I could use, but other than that, it's not a whole lot of like plant material. So my meeting tomorrow is going to be interesting because of that. I have a few ideas of how to market the meeting, the meeting, but also the approach in terms of making long-term money, and to do this full time. It'll depend on their feedback, of course, of like the ideas and everything that I have. But this is a good opportunity because they're a smaller resort. They're not like a big fancy one, so it's a little bit more laid back, which is helpful because then I don't have to be like performing at my top 10 level. Obviously I just put in a good front and like kind of go from there, but I don't have to kind of really go over the top, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so I'm not nervous or anything actually for tomorrow. Like, since I've worked in marketing, I'm familiar with the people and the type of people, and the owner seems nice. I've met him already, and it's just a matter of just putting my thoughts together. I was just going to bring my artwork portfolios to see in person and the device, but I was a little nervous about taking just because it was raining when I left, and yeah, it wasn't very yeah, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't very easy, I think. Anyway. Yeah, so that's the update I have. I think the owner just beeped at me. I think that's what that was. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, hopefully my next update will be at the restaurant. So this is the beach side of East Grand Avenue. I actually got the correct directions and coming in the correct direction. So this is what I was talking about, where it's kind of fun where you can walk on the beach. So if you can't tell, it looks like a lot of these restaurants are actually closed. And a lot of touristy stuff. So I don't know if that's a reflection of COVID or if it's April. That's kind of disappointing. I walked all that way and everything's closed. So I think I'm just gonna go back to the hotel room and just order from like their pub or something. I wasn't going Anyway, this is the Grand Victorian. If you want to come here, I think this is probably the best hotel to come. Yeah, it's a ghost town right now. Jeez Louise. Super ghost town. Nothing seems to be open. Sounds strange, actually. Might be because of COVID, but it's also a Monday, and a lot of these places actually close on Monday. So I'll show you the restaurant without trying to film these people. That's the restaurant. Contributed to the 2 closings of restaurants I tried to go to. I mean, at least I got to walk in on the beach and on the main street, main drag, if you will. Honestly, it's kind of disappointing. Hopefully, I'll have to look into that, because hopefully tomorrow, before I leave, I can come down here and check this place out once it were more open. But honestly, it could probably just be Monday and nothing more. I think those are the 2 main things. But yeah, I'll update you when I get back into the room, or if there's anything else that comes up on the way there.